matchup in this one as the Mavericks are coming to town. Buckle yourselves in, everybody. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg and our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. Griffin trying to get open. Irving, good. Terrific, talented backcourts tonight. Greg, did it ever add anything for you playing across another top-level guard?
Listen, it raises the stakes, no doubt about it. You always want the opportunity to play against the best because you want to see where you stand. But in the end, even when you know a guy's better than you, and you're going to have that be the case a lot of nights, you still know that you will have an ability to impact the outcome when it comes to winning. And that's where you have to keep your focus.
And it's in there.
Boy, you look at Porzingis. This guy is very skilled, and you give him those kind of looks, he'll cash in all day long.
Good work there as it goes.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
And it was interesting how the Dallas franchise sold its fans on Doncic. Ownership told them, think of a 6'7" Steve Nash. Isn't quite the shooter Steve was, but is only a teenager. Great vision. Well, he can really pass it. And it turns out Doncic is all of that and more.
And the Mavericks with possession. Here's Porzingis. Second chance shot. And the layup is good. Porzingis has got his second basket.
Porzingis doing a nice job using that length to clean up the glass nicely.
And even Nash himself called Doncic a dream prospect.
Yeah, he said Luka was big and mobile enough in the modern game, can guard multiple positions, has a skill set, a winning mentality, and those leadership qualities. Steve Nash sounding like a future GM. And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
Well, I love watching Doncic go to work there. Assertiveness is the key, and that's part of why he's so successful.
Well, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
And it's Durant with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Brooklyn Nets, trailing by 2. And there's the call by the official. They'll count the basket here following the goaltending call.
That's a very close call. I'm sure he thinks it's a clean block, but looks like it was on the way down.
It's Hardaway with the drive. Finney Smith. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. A guy who just continues to earn more minutes. You know, Finney Smith is tough, and Greg, he is effective.
He seems to become a better rebounder every year, more efficient. He'll take charges, commits hard fouls, and I don't think we've seen his ceiling. Finney Smith is a guy you can win with. And Kevin Durant, one of the greatest scorers to ever play. Not the most prolific scorer, but perhaps the most talented. He's dangerous from any part of the floor.
Greg, as scores go, Kevin Durant's as efficient as any.
I mean, Durant has an insane field goal percentage for the shots that he takes. I mean, when you factor in how many threes he puts up, it gets even more impressive. Durant takes so many shots where he's covered and is still efficient. It's just mind-blowing.
Here's Durant. Banked in off the glass. KD's got 7 points in the game. And stolen by Kyrie Irving. Makes it off the glass.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
Right wing. Porzingis trying to get free. And it's Melli missing.
Oops. Got caught in between moves there on his way to the rack.
And he recovers it. No good from Luwawu. Pass break, Dallas. Pass to Finney-Smith. Shoots over KD. That one off the back iron and out.
I tell you what, the defense should send Christmas cards for that miss.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
To the middle. Here's Melli. And Durant sends it back. And there it is for him.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Porzingis can't hit. Oh, and here we go with Durant. Nobody better. What a jam!
Are you kidding me? Tell you what, when Durant is feeling it, he puts on some swagger. He's going to let you know he's got it going.
And so it's Kevin Durant. And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Nets.
That mid-range shot has been a weapon for them up to this point, fellas.
The drive by Doncic. Got a piece of it. Oh, and a fast break for the Nets. Towns got the ball. That one goes. Count it.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
10 straight points off assists. That's very impressive, and it also makes the game easy and fun to watch.
And it's Harden with the ball for Brooklyn. This is the most they've led by, 13 points. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
And don't leave out the coaching staff here now. I mean, their game plan has been perfect.
And that one's good. Doncic.
Well, the main weapon in Doncic's attack, he really excels at finding lanes and then taking advantage of them.
And I remember when Doncic was first asked, who is your favorite player? And boy, he did not hesitate. LeBron James.
Hey, Greg, for guys of his generation, that would be the answer for 80 to 90% of them, and with good reason. How about these quotes from Doncic? He said, if I dunk on LeBron, I can retire. But I like this one a little better. He said, LeBron can play in a lot of different positions. I can too. But for me to be like LeBron, I have to work much harder. That's a guy who knows his stuff.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, we all know that there are some people who dislike James Harden's style of play. They're bored watching him shoot free throws. He said, I see how teams guard me and find ways to exploit it. I just outthink the game, and I'm faulted for it. Kevin, that may be, and it's hard to argue with the results. Back to you.
You're right, one of the top scorers in league history, David. Thanks for that report. Deep. Inside. Hardaway. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Teams have dynasties. The 90s, Michael Jordan. We've seen it over the many decades. Over the next decade, though, Who do you think is going to lead the pack there?
Ooh, that's a great question. You know, with the way Father Time is treating LeBron, you might have to wait and see because he is still playing at such a high level. But, you know, obviously Giannis has got to be on the short list with the Bucks. For me, I really look at Luka in Dallas. I just feel like with Kristaps Porzingis, that duo could just be deadly with how the game is played. But don't sleep on the Celtics with Tatum and Brown and that group that they have, with the front office they have. Man, I think the league overall is going to be in great shape moving forward.
It sure seems that way. Richardson, good.
Tell you what, for a young player, Doncic has already shown tremendous skill and feel for the game. Beautiful floor awareness there.
Pass to Powell. Hardaway with a wide open look. Another shot. And Doncic finishes inside. Doncic has got it back down to within single digits for Dallas. Harden's shot is off. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Back to Hardaway. Doncic outside. Pocket 6. And the dunk by Doncic.
Doncic doing a nice job showing you some sneaky explosion and athleticism on that throwdown. Boy, at the offensive end, his game is so impressive. I mean, he's a threat every time up the floor.
And Dallas calls their first time out of the game.
Well, you can be the judge of if it's fair or not, but Kyrie Irving has earned himself the reputation of being moody, to say the least.
Yeah, and you know, sometimes that sword cuts both ways. Sometimes it's the player, sometimes it's the media, and the media's perception is the combination of the two. Clearly, Kyrie can sometimes go off on tangents and come from left field in interviews. I mean, he's not the only player, present or past, that's been guilty of that. One thing you can't deny, though, is this guy loves the game. And it's a matter of continuing to mature and grow as a leader. So I say give him more time, and he'll refine himself in that area.
They blow the whistle just as he gets it off. That's 2 points with a chance for another one at the stripe. For Dallas, they have been a perfect 8 of 8 at the line.
And when he first came into the league, Blake Griffin's dunking made headlines. And while I'm sure he enjoyed that, he was also eager to show that there was more to his game.
And this is his second trip to the line in the game.
Yeah, you look at Durant's numbers, 50, 40, 90. He's made that club multiple times. One of the few players to accomplish that. And he seems to threaten those numbers virtually every year.
I love the spirit he's shown tonight, particularly on the offensive end.
Boy, I tell you what, the hole would be a lot deeper if he wasn't being as efficient as he's been so far.
And Nicholas Claxton gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. It's his first trip to the line.
And you know, you'll take what he can give you from the free throw line. Looking at his numbers, just really not one of his strengths. Shooting in the low 60s last season.
And we saw it last year, guys, because those numbers were so low. Teams weren't afraid to put him on the line where points were hard to come by for him.
And so it's Brooklyn heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. Their lead is where it is because they've gotten good shots. A lot of good shots. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. Doncic with it. And it's Harden picking him up. Hardaway, no good. Brooklyn leading. by 7. Here's Irving. Outside for Durant. Pass to Harris. The Nets working the ball around now. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Hey, Kevin, thanks. Since the Nets acquired Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant, the franchise has gone from being an up-and-comer to a potential powerhouse in the East. That's necessitated changes on the bench and on the court. The Nets have added some new veterans. The time is now for Brooklyn to stand up and make its move in the East. Kevin, back to you.
Well, we'll see how they do. David, thank you.
Par for the course for Luka Doncic. Just one of those games where he's got it on cruise control.
And as expected, Kevin Durant sitting out all of last season, recovering from the Achilles injury. Glad to see him back on the floor.
I agree with you, and it was absolutely a no-brainer for Kevin to sit out the season. That type of injury, you give it all the time you need, and the Nets knew that. They knew when the deal was done that he was going to most likely miss the season. And yet, they did the right thing, and when you have a guy like KD, you want to make sure you're not rushing him back. You want him fully ready when it's time for him to go. Doncic showing you his ability to finish. I really respect his aggressiveness in taking it to the hoop and handling contact.
Kicks it out to Harden. Goes back up. Shot's good. Griffin making the play. Harden's got 10.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
And so it's Harden bringing it up for the Nets. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. Mavericks trailed by 5. And Doncic, here we go. And it's Dallas with another.
And, you know, you look at Porzingis, he's got his shot on automatic. Not much wasted motion in that stroke.
Yep, it counts.
And he's had an excellent performance overall from the field.
Dallas calls timeout. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game. And that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
Dallas making a switch here. Hey, Greg, you play with some big personalities. Talk about the best way to manage egos and conflicts in the locker room. That's a very interesting topic.
No doubt about it. You know, Kev, first thing you learn from middle school on, your team is your family. And let's face it, all families have spats. And so do teams. You just learn to never personalize those things. Never leave any stone unturned. Like, don't let things fester. When there are issues, you address them. And if you're not taking things personally, you tend to be able to work through whatever issues you may come in front of.
Good advice.
Yeah, good job to take it right at them.
Yeah, really left him no choice there. He had to foul and keep him from converting the easy bucket.
Nets leading by 5. Here's Harden. And that one, good. Harden's got 4 points this quarter.
Well, I tell you what, with Harden, sometimes it seems the more the defense bodies him up, the more determined and effective he is in scoring.
Shamet on the wing. Back to Irving. Good on the bucket. Irving's got 10.
Just make sure you keep getting him touches. I mean, you love what he's doing at the offensive end. Don't go away from it.
Outside, Redick. Three-pointer. Pass to Finney-Smith. For three. Brooklyn with the rebound. And here comes the break. Irving with the ball. Now guarded by Redick.
Boy, that's exactly how you punish a team in transition. Kyrie getting out in front and going straight on the attack.
Brunson lays it up off the glass.
And he's been passive today, but maybe that's what he needs to get him going, because for them to be successful, he's got to be a little more selfish.
Both teams will make substitutions. 41 seconds left to play in the third. Pass to Powell. And it's blocked. Irving with it. And it's Finney-Smith with the rebound.
Well, you know, this is what happens. You can't afford to lose concentration even for a nanosecond.
Off target with his three. And here is Irving. He's got 12. And he's going up for the alley-oop. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. And so it's the Brooklyn Nets heading to the bench with fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. Brooklyn leading by 7. That's good again. His 7th basket. 7 for 10 from the floor.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
I think they've really got to start committing more bodies down low and really kind of close that area off defensively.
And the basket is good.
Hardaway Jr. guys doing a nice job. They're just taking what the defense gives them in the screen and roll. Good decision making.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
I tell you what, it reminds me of one of my college coaches who used to say, that ain't gonna get it done. That's 5 straight baskets in the paint now.
Doncic with it. Picked up by Brown. And there's the foul. It'll go on Bruce Brown. That's foul number 2 for him. Hardaway for 3. Here's Kleba. Played in with a nice touch off the glass.
Yeah, coach's pet peeve there. No box out.
Those are free points you're giving away. Got to work harder on the glass.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
Yeah, I love the fact he doesn't play the score. He just keeps coming, attack mode. He doesn't know how to step off the gas pedal.
Offensive rebound.
Very surprising that he came away empty there, especially given room to operate.
To the inside. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Well, you know, guys, we know Hardaway can score, but when he makes these passes, it makes him a lot more dangerous.
Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points, so 1 free throw coming up.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
Outside Hardaway. From outside the arc. That shot missing. So Brooklyn will take it the other way. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. Pass to Harden. Over Redick. And too long on the shot. Mavericks trailed by 11. And here's Doncic from the arc. The rebound by Harden. Oh, Griffin in position.
Well, his IQ is one of the best in the league. Irvin has a great feel for when his teammates are open. Doncic looking it over.
The rebound by the Nets. And here comes Harris leading the fast break. And it's blocked. To the paint. Here's Kleber. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic. 2 minutes. Kleber's got 4 points this quarter.
And that assist got him a little nod from his teammate after that one.
And the basket by Harden.
How about the concentration? I mean, Harden is used to finishing past intense defense. There he goes doing it again.
And good that time.
An extremely efficient and productive game for him. But again, he's not going to be able to do it all by himself.
Knocks down the 3 ball.
You know, really good to see Harris playing with that kind of confidence because, you know, these shots will only help him get better.
Doncic left side. Fades back. That shot no good. And Maxi Kleber is going to pick up the foul. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Harris inside the line. The shot will not fall. And the Mavericks going the other way now.
And so only one team answered the bell tonight, guys. Not a monster blowout by any means, but still a double-digit victory for Brooklyn.
Tonight they did a great job of getting everyone involved. They had the good passing, and that led to some open shots.
Solid play, definitely, Kevin.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Kyrie Irving.
Yeah, and he was relentless, nonstop energy. I mean, he just never slowed down or turned off.
Here's Harden. It's rebounded by Dallas. We've got 28 seconds left in the 4th quarter of this one. No good from Finney Smith.
And guys, not sure where his head was on that shot. Not what this offense was designed to create.
Not at all. I mean, that's where they want him looking for a teammate, not trying to do it on his own. He needs to share the wealth there.
And that one's good. Doncic. 3.
You know, he's a capable shooter from outside, guys, and for Doncic, I think it's a matter of just shooting with confidence all the time.
And so it's Brooklyn with the win. Some good moments throughout this one.